T minus 1 minute. T minus 50 seconds. T minus 40 seconds. T minus 30 seconds. T minus 20 seconds. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Own it, own it, own it, Kong. I own it. It did.
Women's Wrestling Talk, the #1 women's wrestling show on the planet. Women's Wrestling Talk, the #1 women's wrestling show on the planet.
I promise
That's right.
that little 60 seconds be going so fast when it's a countdown, but any other time it'd be the longest minute of your life. I swear.
It really was. It was like the main event. It just went by.
Right. Jesus. Oh. Hi guys.
Hi, it's not Wednesday, but it's Sunday.
It is.
And you got your
Well,
Dynamite dolls
It's
and your
Monday
honorary
for
dolls?
some people, you know.
It is. Sorry. Two of us are on the West Coast, so it is still Sunday.
Hey Sam, thank you.
So we're here. We're gonna go through all of the feels of Revolution, but you know, it's our show, and I think we should do
We should do the thing.
We should do the thing.
We should do the thing.
We should do
Okay.
the thing.
Let's do the thing. Hold on. I'm sorry. This is me, Joseph. I have thoughts on this. We're coming in hot already. We're ready for you, Joseph. Hi, Troy.
Hey, Troy.
It's man. You know what? I want my girl to go first. Y'all go first. Where were y'all at on the meter?
Well, you know what? It's your first Revolution.
Oh,
Oh,
It is.
oh, we got a crowd rate.
This.
Oh,
Okay. All right, Bosa. So spicy. I am going to say I think this was spicy. I'm gonna say it's spicy. I don't know if it's hot because we all have thoughts, but I thought this was spicy. I thought this was really good pay-per-view, and I enjoyed. I feel like I enjoyed most of it. Yeah, it was very, it was snappy. It was like bam, bam, bam. So like I appreciated that.
Yeah, honestly, it went flying by. Even though we were 30 minutes into Turnbuckle Glam while this was happening, but it still went by. Bless you.
Bless you.
thank you.
One more, bless you.
Sorry.
Yeah, I'm gonna say spicy. A lot of flavor. There was some, a lot of red sauce happening.
Yeah.
Sometimes you didn't ask for it.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with spicy. I think that although even with my predictions, I was only wrong about 2 matches, they still were able to do it in a way that it was enjoyable, if that makes sense. Like I still was like, you know what? Even though I called that, I still like that. It was good.
Yeah.
Y'all gave me a little something with it. It's like when you order your favorite food and you know it's gonna be good, but then they give you like free avocado on the side or something, and you be like, "Ooh, okay, y'all got spicy with me. I like that." You know what I mean? Like that's kind of how it was. So I will go with spicy. I think we're all in the same spicy category.
Yeah. considering I think we all went in going, eh.
And we left going,
Hmm.
okay.
Mhm.
Hmm.
So let's get right into it. Our
Hold
first
on.
match.
Sam, now you must not have seen all the live tweeting that I did for the media call when I did the media call. Tony said that they were only going to have 8 matches on the card. There were going to be some people that were noticeably missing, but that is okay. And actually, I am fine with Jade not having a squash match and wrestling some nobody on this card. It would have been longer for no reason. It is, to me, I am okay with Jade not appearing on this pay-per-view, honestly and truly.
Watching it and what happened, I think you're right. I think we should see her Wednesday,
We should definitely see her Wednesday.
but I'm okay with it. But I don't want another pay-per-view where she's not on.
I agree.
Yeah.
But I also don't want another 60-minute Iron Man match.
No, you
So-
can only do that like once a year at most.
That's it for that.
But you have
2023,
4
that's
pay-per-views, so please don't.
that's out for 2023. We've done it.
Done. Yeah. So we went right in. Jericho, Ricky Starks, JAS banned from ringside. Aisha, you might have to take this one because we were a bit distracted.
For
I know
sure.
who won. Look, I know who won.
Well, I mean, the most important part, we know who won.
Right.
So first of all, I was surprised that this was the first match, but I guess, yeah, actually, you know what? I am surprised that this was the first one. But hey, it is what it is. So you got, Chris come out, do his thing, blah, blah, blah. Ricky, he comes out, his entrance, everyone's excited for him. And then we get right into it. And so, like, right away, they were going at each other. And throughout the entire thing, I was like, okay, like, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed, Ricky and Chris, but, like, ultimately, like, I felt like Ricky was going to take it the entire time. So I don't feel like I was as invested, if that makes any sense. Just because I'm like, I get a sense that this is where we're going anyway. And then at one point, I mean, obviously, like towards the end, here you got Sammy Guevara come running out, and we're like, "Wait, what are you doing here? Why are you here?"
A band, don't you? Hello.
First of all, if you watched Turnbuckle Glam earlier, you caught my live reaction to seeing Sammy's mug come up on screen. I was very upset. But surprisingly, Action Andretti was there, so good for him. He's okay after Wednesday.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I was surprised that there wasn't any like other things. Like I think the anticipation was because the banner went from everyone is banned from ringside to just JAS. So then there was like lots of talk of like who's gonna come out, who's gonna come save the day for Ricky. And I mean, I guess Action Andretti did, but I guess not. That's not the way that's not what I thought it would be. So
yeah.
I got you.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think it was a good strong opener because I think when I saw it open, I was like, this is the right move, to get people aggressive. You want to see Ricky and like.
Well, I also think looking at the card, while it was a very strong card, there's a difference between strong cards and strong matches that can open a show, right? Because you have to have the match that is going to instantly get people invested and not want to turn it off. And no shade to any other match on this card. Like, honestly, no shade to the women, no shade to Wardlow and Joe, but it's like you had to start here. If you were going to end with a 60-minute Iron Man match, you had to start with Jericho. Like, there was no other match. Because even if you would have started with the Elite and House of Black, you would have lost people because of the end result, which we'll get there. So it's like you had to start with something like this, if this makes sense. You know what I mean? Like, I get you. I was surprised too, but then when I thought about it, I was like, okay, who else was going to open the show? Like, honestly.
Yeah. And I think that makes sense. I think that makes sense. And also that's something that I'm learning that like, the pay-per-views are obviously different than, Dynamite and like Rampage. And so like with Dynamite, we will usually see like the tag teams or like, the trios matches, like those are the openers usually.
Mhm.
So like, yeah, you're right. Sorry, Al, I cut you off. What were you about to say?
No, you're good. No, I would say the only other match would have been the trios match. However, like Mika said, the end result, it would have been too much. You lose people too quickly, especially with the next match being what it was. Those two had to be what it was.
Joseph, to answer your question, no. Jungle Boy and Christian Cage could not have opened the show, and I'll tell you why. This has gone on so long, people don't care no more.
Mm-hmm.
They were not nearly as invested as they were with Chris Jericho and Ricky Starks that we were seeing every week, week in, week out. No matter who each other was fighting, they were still beefed out, right? Whereas you have Christian Cage, who has been off TV for an extended period of time, just came back Wednesday, and now you're thrown onto the pay-per-view. No. People would have been like, child, what y'all fighting over? Her feelings? Like, we don't even care no more. Luchasaurus is not even in the situation anymore. Like, this is all, we don't care. Bury each other and let's be done. Like, do whatever you're gonna do with it. So I think they had to get the invested people invested, and they did it. Ricky Starks and Chris Jericho came out, killed it, and did what they needed to do.
Mm-hmm. It's great. It's a great match. As we said, speaking of the final burial, please, God, Tony Khan, look at me. This better be the absolute final. Would you say final? You know, I need this to be final.
Let me say this. On exactly that, because listen, it seems as though my good people in the backstage of AEW do not know how to use a dictionary, and or they miscommunicate and misunderstand how words are what they mean, right? Because we had an interim champion with 2 belts when there wasn't a champion. Like, we don't know what words mean, and I understand words are hard. Okay, final might be a big word for Elmo, but final means that's it. Ain't no more. Empty. Not happening again. Let it go. Walk away. We done. So can we let this
Tony Schiavone, was having a hard time trying to say what it was too. And I was like, well.
Exactly this. Words mean things.
Yeah.
They mean things.
Yeah.
Like, you know how you have Ring of Honor final battle at the very end of at the end?
Mm-hmm.
Final, guys. Okay. Call me if words are hard. I have time for you.
You're literally a writer here. And you have many articles.
Happily help, and we will split the Venmo payment 3 ways. But just quit playing. Quit playing with us. Okay? Quit playing with us.
Yeah. Christian in his villain era, truly, with his sleeveless turtleneck.
Terrible.
Awful.
Absolute rubbish.
You know what? I'm gonna say that I didn't mind it. I know
rubbish, sis.
With his black
your connection's weak. I gotta kick you out.
I was like, what is this?
I'm glad you found enjoyment out of that bit. I'm glad you were happy.
Y'all were.
You done made me take my nose rings out, girl. I'm stressed.
I ain't like the little sleeveless turtleneck. I mean, like, honestly, it fits who he is. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not gonna see him in your standard wrestling gear. You know what I mean?
I have. Look at this photo.
Wrestling gear, but it looked like somebody ripped the sleeves on the way out and was like, "Gone. We got time. We ain't got time. Get out there. Go. Let's go." Come on, bro.
Like, not even like a fabric scissor. They just grabbed any scissors that they had in the back.
I'm gonna just let you know right now, if I ever go on a date with a man and he pull off his jacket and he got a sleeveless turtleneck on, I'm calling the Uber instantly.
Okay.
Because you don't respect me, you don't respect fashion, you don't respect my time. I can't do it.
Now, for everyday wear, you don't want to do everyday wear, but for this, like, Okay.
What
All right.
season
All right.
is it? Is it summer or is it winter? Because you got both seasons on, and I'm confused.
His neck's cold, but his arms aren't.
But your arms is exposed. Next cold, arms exposed.
Well, you gotta cover your throat to protect yourself from, colds and things.
Oh, okay.
He gonna get pneumonia in the armpits with that.
But there was
turtleneck.
a match. They went outside. We saw a vicious
It went
streak
somewhere.
from Jungle Boy, or Jack Perry, as we're referring to him more often now, because he is a man now. And he finally hit Christian with that chair. He finally he manned up. He did it. He put him in the casket, and that casket went boom, and there was smoke. Sure,
Yay.
it was
The
bad.
casket dropping. It was the casket dropping for me. I did not expect
It was the perfect cherry on the stupid Sunday, baby. Because I was like, "Are we done with this now? Are we done with this now? Can we
It
be
just
done?"
immediately dropped.
Unprepared, wholly unprepared. You can tell that they rushed and slid this in to the repertoire. Because what?
Like I
Jungle
didn't.
Boy got his win. He got his win. Whatever.
He got his win. I didn't mind it. I just felt like, yeah, I feel like it was kind of a last minute addition.
It could have been on 0 Hour with the Briscoe match. Honestly.
Oh, yeah.
Mhm.
But okay, again, this better be final. Because we've been here for a year now with this mess. And Jungle Boy, he just wants to be his own person now. And Christian is just trying to steal his youth, his good looks, his hair. Just be done. Leave this man alone.
And leave that man dead daddy alone. Do that
Really,
too.
though. Good lord.
Leave that man dead daddy alone. We sick of it. We sick of it, guys.
We're sick of it. I hope it's done. Good for Jungle Boy winning.
Hope everybody had a great time.
Yeah.
I don't know what you want me to say.
I'm glad you got a pay-per-view check.
Good.
Joseph, I'll laugh at that. Okay.
The way I'm gonna send the longest email to corporate with the Oxford and Webster's definition of the word final, and tell them that if they need an English consultant on staff, please contract me, because apparently y'all don't know what words mean. Okay. I'm going Sammy on them. I'm calling corporate immediately tomorrow.
Sammy is our Chelsea Green, but we could have two.
Sammy is absolutely our Chelsea Green. Sammy will call corporate in a minute. He got WWE corporate locked in his phone.
Mm-hmm.
It calls corporate.
Now you got to call Jacksonville. The Trios Championship match. My boys, the Elite versus House of Black. Whew, what a match this was.
Okay. The match was great, but let me tell you what the best thing about the match was. Our girl Julia looked stunning, breathtaking, evil, queen, mistress, goddess. Okay? She was getting it. When she showed up, I showed out. I was like, Julia, ma'am.
Yeah.
Please. So good. And I love that she's enjoying this character and she's putting these looks together, and she gets it. Baby Julia, you were shining brighter than them belts out there tonight. So big kudos to you. You will probably show up on Turnbuckle Glam in 2 weeks. Gorgeous girl. Gorgeous.
Yeah. She did.
Okay, but now we can talk about the wrestling.
I wouldn't wear the hat.
She needed a moment. She needed a moment for that because, baby.
She did.
Chef kiss.
Perfect. Perfect angel. But Kenny and his little chongo, oh my god.
Okay,
so
Kenny's
cute.
always adorable. Come on.
First of all, no, there was a minute he was looking ugly when he had black hair and he was champion. Ugly. Now he's back. He's right.
Yeah, but wasn't that right around the time of his breakup and he was recovering?
Oh,
well,
everyone goes through an ugly stage when they break up.
I'm right here, Kenny.
Do they?
Respectfully.
Men do, because women don't do that.
Men struggle. We cut our hair off and dye it. They
glow up.
Okay.
He
and
lost his golden lover,
real ugly.
and he had a rough patch. Okay.
MJF's about to struggle.
That man's gonna struggle for the rest of his life. I don't care what y'all say. I said it.
But anyways, but yes, the Elite looked great. I want those Young Bucks pants. But
We got
Kenny,
to carry on our wayward sons.
oh, we did. Kenny and Malachi, woo,
Exactly like we
Ooh.
predicted.
perfect.
Banger with them two together. Oh my
Buddy and Kenny, come on. We finally got to see this.
Okay, Joseph, the fact that you were keeping time stats on these matches is tickling me. Do you hear me?
Wow,
I'm
thank
tickled.
you.
18 minutes. And baby, they made it happen with the 18 minutes they got. Okay.
Mhm. But you know what? You know who was the star? Our girl
Mm.
Julia.
Our girl Julia. Okay. Took that like a champion. Do you hear me?
Mm.
Good.
She's
I
been,
thought
you know what? Sorry, what were you saying?
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say she's been taking notes from Maria Kanellis.
Oh, definitely. Oh, definitely. She
Maria
learned from the
Kanellis,
greatest.
she's
Because
picking
Maria
Maria's
can take
brain.
it.
She, this is the second time in less than a week.
Mm-hmm.
Maria
Oh,
did
thank
it
you, Joseph.
Wednesday.
Vicky did it. Yeah.
Julia did it this day, today. Bravo.
Beautiful.
She took it, and Kenny was like, "Well, all right."
I know.
It was like, I mean, you asked for it. I don't know what you
I
wanted.
know.
Yeah.
Shouldn't have been in our business, little girl.
I mean, she was there.
I thought we were gonna get the mist.
I
I missed
really
the
wanted
mist.
that.
I always
I think
watch.
he kicked the mist down her throat at that point. 'Cause
Probably.
he kicked the idea of the mist on to the floor. And he was like, not today. I'm not washing my hair because you want to spit at people.
He's
No.
like, "My hair looks great. We're not doing that."
He's like, no, ma'am. We're gonna take that somewhere else tonight.
What a match.
What a match.
Beautiful.
Beautiful.
But
We have brand new trios
Brand new
championships. Our boys House of Black, love to see it, but I want more of them. In the
me
Elite.
too. And I'm hoping that this means we will get more of them,
Mhm.
honestly.
There's
Because now they're the champions. So
there's more for this. Like there's so much
Mhm.
they can do with all of them. And then they looked all sad, and John was like kind of weird with Kenny.
I want this to be a whole dark reign for them. I want this to just be like a tirade of House of Black. I want them to just run through and not being funny, but I just wanted to give them a run and make it dark. Let Malachi's brain play and do whatever it is that he thinks they should do. I mean, if we got to get I want a cinematic match in there. If it's the rematch with the Elite, let's do a rematch in the actual House of Black or something. Like, give us something. Give us some. Make it Tony Khan. Do you hear us?
Listen, sir.
Do something with these babies because they have it, and you're gonna be wasting them if you don't.
Yeah, they deserve.
Mm-hmm.
They really do. They really do.
I think at some point it'd be nice if Jade wasn't holding the TBS championship to put that on Julia.
Yeah, she's gonna have to drop it eventually.
Yeah, but I mean, if they all had gold
Exactly.
at some point and just ran rampant.
Ooh.
I like it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I like it.
It's just the thought. But we have new trio champions. We can go a lot of ways with this. Please make this a great run.
Please. They deserve it.
They absolutely do. Women's championship match.
It happened.
You know,
It happened.
it wasn't that bad. Like, honestly, the match, not bad. But that's because we have Ruby and we got Jamie. I was not expecting them to go outside.
Yeah, I agree.
It was Ruby holding the security for help. He was like, "Oh, okay."
It was a lot going on, child.
So much was happening.
It was a lot happening.
Britt and Jamie's outfits was just adorable.
Cute, so cute.
I thought thought Ruby looked good. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I was rooting for Ruby. Like,
Ruby definitely looked good.
good.
Yeah, she was great. No, Joseph, this is one thing that I said was going to happen. I knew Jamie was not going to lose that belt tonight. There was no way. There was no way. And the reason why I said there's no way is because if you hear the way Tony Khan talked about the three of them when he was asked, you could tell he had no desire to take that belt off of Jamie. He was like, Jamie is homegrown and she's done this and she's grown so much and the fans love her. And that's why we changed the interim to, you know, the real women's title. And even after she came back from being off for COVID and she was this, she was that. Then right after she was like, and then Ruby Soho, you know, she's been here about half of the time and she has a great entrance. And then Saraya, you know, she just got here and her promo is the reason why we changed some stuff. And so it was just like, okay, just tell us you're gonna keep it on Julia. Like, I mean, Jamie. It is what it is. Like, you just told us. It's fine. Cool.
This man does not have a poker face.
The man does not have a poker. Tony Khan does not. I don't care what he tell y'all. He ain't got no poker. Ain't one. But it was a good match.
Oh yeah, it was.
I did not notice Saraya taking anything crazy, like no risky bumps.
No.
That was all Jamie and Ruby. So I thought that was interesting.
Mm-hmm. This was only her fifth match?
Yeah, they're still trying to protect her very much.
Yeah.
But even the bumps that she did take were like, they were solid.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They were solid.
So, yeah. I don't know about the ending of this.
Jamie retains.
And then gets beat up.
We get a beat down. Ruby clears the ring, and we're like, okay. She's siding with the homegrowns. Nope.
She's not siding with anybody. Ruby is like, listen, I am putting out fireballs and helping the medics in the back. Okay. I am there to break up a fight every time they fight in the back. I don't know what y'all talking about, homegrown versus new, whatever. I am trying to get my paramedic degree. I don't know nothing about any of that.
I forgot all about Ruby going to medical school.
Anytime something happens backstage, Ruby's tiny behind is there to break up a fight or put out a fireball or give aid. Ma'am, are you a wrestler or are you an EMT? What are we trying to do here?
Oh.
She's both. She's both.
I guess I think just watching this, I was like, okay, so are you aligning yourself with Saraya and Toni? No, not really. What? I want it to be clear. I want it to be more clear. I don't know. I honestly, for me, I just wanted Ruby to be like, F both of y'all, like both groups, and continue to stand on her own, and you know. But I don't know.
Yeah, the three of them together feels weird because she's still like not with them, like she's not raising her hand with them, and she walked in front of them because like Ruby had her own group before, so I feel like she's not gonna take well to being led by somebody.
I'll be honest, Joseph said it. It does. It feels like three WWE defectors that came over and try to run somebody else's company. I'm not gonna lie, that's what it feels like, and I hate that because I know that they came over in different ways, and and all of that. But it does feel like rejected WWE girls versus everybody else, and that doesn't need to feel that way.
And in theory, this could be okay. Like,
right.
We're better than you. Like, it could have been, but it's not working the way they want it to work. Everybody feels awkward. Like
on both sides.
Yeah. Everything just feels awkward.
Because even with Britt and Jamie, we know this isn't going to last forever. Britt's coming for that belt. It's just a matter of time.
Yeah.
How long is Britt? We're literally like, how long are you going to play nice girl? Because we know you want her title.
Mm-hmm. And she said it tonight on 0 Hour. She said, I'm not going to, I don't want to face Jamie. I just would never want to face her.
She lying.
Oh, we know. Everything about this feels awkward when it could be fine. It's forced. It's weird. I don't know if there's any way to save it, but maybe. But Twitter said blood and guts, and if that's gonna happen, make it make sense.
I don't need it, but hey, y'all do whatever y'all want to do with it. But I don't need it. You will chill for Brisbane.
I mean, I love Brit. As most of us do.
Yeah.
We just listen. We're just waiting to see how this gonna play out. That's just where we at. I think we all in the same place. Like, okay, where do we go from here? What are we doing with this?
Like, at least let's truly solidify a storyline. That
it's like, when a baby hands you a toy, and you're just like, what am I supposed to do with this? I think that's where we all are with this feud. It's like, okay, and what now? I'm holding it. It's right here.
I have 5 wrestlers. What do I do with them?
So hopefully Toni shows us something.
Yeah. Yeah. Then. Okay.
Lord.
Jesus Cristo.
Is everyone okay?
You get. Go on, girl. Go on.
Texas Deathmatch. Jon Moxley. Hangman Adam Page. First
Can
of all,
I just say,
yes.
I want y'all to stop calling it a Texas Deathmatch. In Texas, anytime y'all want to make something violent, y'all put the word Texas in front of it. And I'm sick of it. Okay? Sick of it. We don't deserve this kind of treatment. We are not walking around in Texas busting each other upside the head with steel chairs and bleeding from our temples. That is not how it goes down around here. So I'm sick of it. Okay? Continue. I'm sorry. It just triggered me.
You're fine. First of all, I didn't see any cowbells. I saw nothing that made me think of Texas.
There was no saddle. Lasso. There was nothing.
Horseshoe, nothing. Not even a rope. Nothing. So I don't know what made this Texas.
We didn't even get a damn blue one.
Nothing. They should have done my idea. They should have done this in Alcatraz. But it could have just been a death match. It could have been, you have to call it Texas death match.
But I guess Hangman's a cowboy. He's the horsey guy, so whatever.
Hangman's entrance. Perfection.
That's why I call him Hangman the Stallion.
That fit was fitting. The pants were tight and right. The fit was fringing. Everything was perfect. Yes, I will be putting this man on Turnbuckle Glam, and I don't care. And Mox was ready. He came out to the crowd as usual. He had barbed wire on his pants. He meant business. I didn't get a time on how quickly we bled, but it felt like we waited a little bit for blood.
It didn't happen as quickly as I thought.
I feel like maybe like 4 or 5 minutes in. I feel like
but I thought we was coming out the gate with a pound, boom, bloodshot. I thought we was gonna come right out with it because Mox takes no time to bleed these days. He might show up in the match already bleeding. We don't know.
His daughter already knows how to bandage.
Yeah, like I got cut on the way here. We're just gonna go with it. Like, sir, please.
So Mika, you're not a deathmatch girl, right? You're not super into the violence.
I love violence. I'm not super into like violence for violence sake, if that makes sense. Okay. Like if it has a purpose, I'm with it. But if we just like hitting each other with 17 light tubes for no reason, a la GCW, I'm not with that. It was okay. I mean, it was a thing. I just wanted both guys to stay safe and have a good time. That's all I wanted out of this.
Well, I think they had a good time. Aisha, did you have a good time? Are you okay? Was this your first death match?
It actually wasn't, and so death matches are really difficult for me. And that's why I don't always watch a lot of GCW. I like try to
watch any girl. I don't watch any.
I have to, like, pick and choose, like, what's gonna happen, you know. So I feel like, I mean, it was okay. I mean, it was fine. I mean, it was, it was a thing. I just wanted both guys to stay safe and have a good time. That's all I wanted out of this match.
Okay.
It wasn't like, what's gonna happen, you know. My poor neighbors. I was screaming. I was like, the whole time, and I'm like, my neighbor's gonna come knock on my door.
Just like this.
Yeah, I
Either
was.
that or they gonna call the police. Like, I don't know if she okay over there. Something's going on.
Can I get a wellness check?
The wellness check.
The whole time. I mean, I enjoyed the match. I think it was interesting
That's
to
the way.
follow what was going on Twitter at the same time and what people had to say. And
It
I
was
don't
very
always
strong.
Twitter
It
is a place. Okay.
it was divided for sure, where people were like, "This is amazing," and then other people were like, "This is too much. What is this? What are you? I'm out of here." And I'm like, "Okay, I don't."
Twitter was very divided. I am of the I loved it.
Yeah. I can see that.
I don't know. I'm a broken human being, and I thoroughly enjoyed all of this. The fork, yeah, like I tweeted. I don't know where that man brought the silverware from.
Throw it away.
Sure, at least we didn't get a pizza cutter.
COVID.
It was the
COVID.
biting that made me think of COVID. Come on, people.
All of it. Just once.
Yeah.
Hangman
Rinse yourself.
had to do everything he did to prove that he is tough. He had to do this to gain Mox's respect. He was raking backs. He was wrapping that barbed wire and doing moonsaults. He overshot that barbed wire plank, his head, his noggin. It was the brick, though. The brick was too far for me. I don't like hand stuff. I know that sounds weird. I have a limit, and it's hand things. Fingies being bent, hands being smashed with brick. I couldn't do it.
Between two bricks was too much for you, but you watched the man force another man.
The hair coming on the chair. The hair. Come on now.
But the hand, I can't do. Listen, I know. I don't know.
It was a great match. Fork was what divided people. People are wondering, what does John get? When does he get that vacation finally? Yeah,
He still doesn't get it, and not until Renee can get vacation time. And Renee is killing their backstage right now. So I don't think it's gonna come just yet, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I had to cover my eyes when the bricks came out.
When the bricks were vertical, oh boy. Ooh.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, I was definitely having dinner with my family with this on the iPad pushed that direction. So I could see it, but not really see it because no, thank you. It got real. Now I did get real white Texas bar fight for a second. So it did do that for a second. And I was like,
Well, Hangman lived up to his name and literally choked this man out.
Good for him.
Yeah.
And that's how the match ended. BCC came out.
Good for him, ended.
It was a long match. We don't have official time.
Made it too real. That's real.
I know. Like, where did they get a brick?
And then it was two of them.
Yeah, 2 bricks. Randomly, 2 bricks.
Yep.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. If you didn't, I understand. But I don't think people should talk crap on it because it wasn't your thing. Just say it's not my thing and move on.
Yep.
Just be respectful, you know?
Or just tap out and say, I'm gonna come back.
Is it over?
Yeah, right. I think for me, it's very much like I'm going to watch this, but it's definitely like every death match. This is me the whole time. I'm gonna keep watching, but it's gonna be like this.
That's fair. Yeah. That's fair. Understood.
Joseph, thank you.
Thanks,
sorry,
Joseph.
guys. I had to turn my face around. I'm cold.
Listen, it's been a rainy day. I understand. Yeah, but if you didn't like it, I get it. If you did, you can be my friend because I love this. I like this violence. And I hope this is the end of it. Again, a lot of things. I hope this is the end. This revolution should just be the end of things, and we have new stuff happen Wednesday. Is what I feel like should happen.
I can agree with that.
But we went from a Texas death match to the TNT Championship. His Excellency Samoa Joe versus Wardlow himself with ya boy in the face of the revolution, Hobbs in his own skybox with his little golden Cheerio.
He looks good in a little backwards cap. I'm like, come on.
Baby, when that man walked up on 0 Hour with the red, with the sleeveless, I was like, you, Jesus, I thought you said I can't go to heaven if I covet somebody else's covenant. Because that white woman today, if I'd have seen her, I'd have fought her.
You're looking respectfully.
I had for that man. Like, I am not looking respectfully, and I will whoop you for your husband, ma'am. There is no respect, all disrespect involved. Okay. He was looking like my whole future, and I understand that y'all are legally married, ma'am, but I'm about to end that. Don't even worry about it.
The views and opinions expressed by Meka are not the ones of Women's Wrestling Talk.
Okay, everybody knows how I feel. It is what it is.
Listen, I just had to put that for legal reasons.
What's that? Joseph Hobbs cashing in that Cheerio Wednesday.
Cashing in the Cheerio.
Cashing in Cheerio. The match was fine.
Mm-hmm. It was exactly like the other match they had. I mean, it was a match.
Yeah, it was a good match. But the way Wardlow became our new champion was interesting.
Very much so.
Didn't see that one coming. Mm-hmm. Choke out Samoa Joe?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Buzzcut Wardlow is a different guy.
Yes, he's angry.
He's a different guy.
That haircut has done wonders for him. It's
changed some things. It's changed some things.
Wardlow is our new TNT champion. And it makes sense with Ring of Honor now being its own show.
Yeah. Because at this point, Joe was the only champion that was still being shown on AEW TV. And if y'all remember, way back in Final Battle, Tony Khan said explicitly that he did not want any more of that crossover mainstream like that. He was okay with one-offs, but with Joe holding both belts, that was too much crossover for him. And so we haven't even seen the majority of our Ring of Honor champions on TV since the end of December, beginning of January. We've seen them on Dark and Dark Elevation, but outside of Claudio and Wheeler, we haven't got any more. Oh, and then of course Mark when he got his contract. But other than that, and he meant that. So this is the way to cut that tie, send Samoa on over to, Ring of Honor Club exclusively, and let Wardlow or Hobbs, worry about the TNT title.
Mm-hmm. We'll find out Wednesday if this is a short title reign or if we're back all in, pun not intended, with Wardlow.
Right.
So we'll see. Good for him though. Good for Wardlow.
Good for Wardlow.
Also, did we all hear that woman shrieking for Wardlow?
Yeah.
Yes.
Somebody needs to get her some ice.
I think she was shrieking the whole time. I felt like I every match, I was like, who is this woman?
Somebody get your girl, because this is not good. Maybe she had a time. Okay.
She had a great time.
A time was had.
Paid her money. She got her seats. She was having a great time. And that's what it's all about. You're living your best life. I love that for her.
Love it.
Love it.
But she don't need to sit on her cam side no more.
Please don't do that.
Not no more.
Tag team championship. Jeff Jarrett and Jay Lethal, the Guns. The Acclaimed. Orange Cassidy and Danhausen. This could have been on Dynamite.
This could have been on 0 Hour.
It could have been on 0 Hour.
Been on 0 Hour, yeah.
And I'm not trying to be funny, but to me, this is one of the low points of the card. And it disappointed me that this is one of the low points of the card because I really love the Acclaim. Of course, I love OJ and Danhausen. And the Guns are, I won't say growing on me, but they're not as terrible as they could be. But I had way higher hopes for this match, I guess you could say.
Mhm.
I mean, I think for me, like the highlight was being able to see Danhausen like actually wrestle and remember that
Yeah.
like he can actually wrestle. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you forget about that through all his antics and shenanigans.
Yeah, yeah. You're
Love
right.
that. And you're like, oh yeah, he's an actual right.
He is a wrestler. Like
He's
he's
a good
contract.
wrestler.
He's not a manager. He can wrestle.
He doesn't just do curses.
Right. So that was the high point for me, but I agree that overall, meh, it was fine. It was just fine.
It was
It's
fine.
fine. Yeah.
It happened.
Orange Cassidy and Danhausen in black denim was a highlight.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. The Acclaim's rap was fun.
It was typical for what
Yeah.
who was in the match, I guess you could say.
The Guns fit was disgusting.
Listen, I seriously, I was like, what are they wearing? It was like cow plus cheetah, and I'm like, please.
It was like they just had leftover fabric and said, yeah, sure, we'll take it.
Baby, it was Lisa Frank. I'm gonna tell you what.
Not even Lisa Frank.
It was not. Don't do Lisa.
It was
Frank.
black and white Lisa Frank. It was
No.
like
No.
because the way they mixed in patterns, the poor animals did not die for this. They did not. Because no ma'am. No ma'am.
Well-
Matter of fact, whoever made that, don't contract them again. Matter of fact, donate that wrestling gear. Don't even donate it. Just put it back in the
burn it.
closet and don't even pull it out no more. We don't want to see that no more. We
Recycle.
want to see that no more.
The Guns retained. They had a promo afterwards saying they've beat everybody and they should be respected. But what happened? FTR's back, baby.
The
We
people
hear
who
that
actually
music?
deserve the respect.
Exactly. That music hit. We waited, and there they were.
There they were.
I love these shirts.
I was just about to say I love these shirts. Oh, too cute. I want one now.
Yeah, let's get them. I'm so
We gotta
happy
get
they're
it
back.
in. We gotta get it in with the AEW and the Ring of Honor media store. So when they drop new merch, they just send it to us for like to wear on the show. You know what I mean? We gotta work on that.
Listen, I am always themed out. This is just I will wear whatever you want me to wear.
Right. I'll put shirt on.
I'll do it. I will do it. And I especially put that
'Cause
FTR.
did you see the Acclaimed Letterman jacket they're dropping?
I want it. I want the satin ones they've been wearing. That's a 2-week only deal with Nerds.
They are dropping a Letterman, and it is chef kiss. Sick of this.
AEW. I will hashtag ad. I will do whatever you want.
Facts. Just send it. Send it. We can have our sizes sent over to you in 2.2 seconds. All three of us. Don't worry about it.
We got this.
And I was like, now I feel like now it's time for me to like invest and like buy some things. You know what I mean?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm not gonna lie, I do want my Mona Lisa shirt. I almost Isaiah Cassidy, I do. I want the Mona Lisa shirt.
I think you need to get that one. I think that one needs to be got.
Please.
I think I'm gonna have to just go ahead and order that this week because
Please
I've been
do.
sitting on it. I was like, should I get this? I think I'm gonna get
Yes.
Pay the extra for the soft tea though.
The soft tea.
$2 more though.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's worth it.
It's worth it because if not, you're gonna be wearing a cardboard box, girl. I hate that. So
Yeah.
pay that $2.
So FTR are coming for these titles. They're gonna get these titles back, right?
Of course. They don't have any gold now, so why not take theirs?
Yeah, absolutely. And you know, if we remember back in December, they had a funeral for them. Or January. Anyways, after Tokyo. But yeah, they deserve all of the things that are coming to them. And I can't wait to see what FTR does.
Because they definitely just did the T'Challa from the first Black Panther. And as you can see, I am not dead. The challenge is not over. Yeah, no, we're here. We are here. Let's go.
I'm ready. This was a surprise. This was like the surprise of the whole night.
It was a surprise. A pleasant one.
Yeah.
One that we were grateful for.
So very grateful.
Yeah.
Save the whole match.
The whole
whole
save the whole segment, honestly.
Honestly. Okay, we made it. 60-minute Iron Man match for the AEW World Championship. Bryan Danielson versus MJF. Whew. This
Now,
went by really fast, though.
It did. I'm not gonna lie. I'm going in. I will admit, like, I was excited for this. I think specifically because so many people thought, I don't know, for some reason it was like they didn't think MJF would be able to come through or show anything, and I was like, I think he got some stuff to show. So like, I was excited for this. That's what I'll say starting off.
I was just curious how this was going to go down. Obviously, we knew Bryan Danielson, the best wrestler in the world, was not going to be a bad match. I did not expect it to go as quick as it did. It was very entertaining. Max showed out. He attempted to fly off of things. He had to pull things out that he's never done because it was 60 minutes. You're with Bryan Danielson. He had to like murder him through the tables. Anytime he put him like through the table, anytime his neck made me nervous. Anytime anything happens with Bryan's neck, it makes me nervous. I don't like that. Don't do that. But I enjoyed it. Meka?
I want 60 minutes of my life back. All of them.
Really?
I want it back.
Okay, when we were 3-3, that is literally when I called it. I said we're going into overtime. And then
I was not pleased.
Tony Schiavone, I don't know why he's the only one who could talk to Tony Khan. They all hear him, don't they? I thought that's how commentary works, but only Tony can hear Tony. Maybe it's a Tony thing.
Yeah, it's a Tony connection. Tony
different Tony. He runs down and says, "No, we're good." He doesn't want it like this. While MJF is getting oxygen.
That was hilarious. I mean, like, maybe he really did need it, but I thought that was funny.
Well, he kept drinking water. He was overwhelmed. And then he was bleeding more than Mox at one point.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The blood was blooding. And we go into sudden death. He can't use the championship. Bryce pulls the dynamite diamond off of his finger, which was great. Also, I don't know where that ring has been, so gross. Get some hand sanitizer, Bryce. But in the end, he hits him with the oxygen tank and then taps him out. Make it make sense.
Mm-hmm. This is how I felt. Sorry. Why send it to overtime if Bryan won't win?
Exactly.
Meka, I'm curious as to why you feel like you did not like this at all.
I feel like they had to do unnecessary spots to drag MJF's talent up to where Bryan is. I feel like there are other wrestlers that are talented enough in that company that could have stood toe-to-toe with Bryan Danielson for a 60-minute match. Mm-hmm. For me, you could tell Maxwell was winded. He was tired. He was desperate. He did not have the stamina that he thought he had. And it started getting sloppy after a while. And when it starts getting sloppy with the greatest wrestler in the world who has a very scary injury, to me, it's not worth the theatrics of being a 60-minute match anymore. Because there was a time during that match, I was genuinely like, I really need them to be careful because Max is tired and it's getting sloppy. And if he does something the wrong way, we can see the Big E situation, but worse. You know what I mean? All it took was one bad suplex and Big E is still out with a neck injury. And that was someone who did not have one. You know what I mean? So it got really dicey for me. And I know AEW likes to be edgy, but And I know they cleared Danielson when WWE wouldn't. And I get that. And had they not done that, we would not have Bryan Danielson wrestling, right? So I'm grateful for that. But this could have been a 30-minute Iron Man and gave the exact same thing to me. Also, again, why are we doing 60 minutes and a 5-minute overtime just for you to keep the baby shower belt on this little whining bastard? Like, I get that he tapped him out, but you had the best wrestler in the world bust upside the head with an oxygen tank in order for this man to get a tap. You know what that means? He shouldn't have been in no 60-minute Iron Man match with that wrestler, to me. But I'm also not a Maxwell fan at all. So, and I give credit where credit is due. He survived it. Mm-hmm. But was it scary to watch at some points? Very much so for me. I was like, ooh.
Yeah, he was stalling a lot. He was stopping and posing and throwing water on a child, sir?
I mean, I guess that is
it's who he is.
Yes. I feel like watching that go down and finding out that it wasn't a plant that he threw water on the little boy. I was like,
child.
Yeah. Don't do that to a child. Throw it on a grown man.
That child got the right parents, because you wouldn't have thrown no water on mine. Yeah. We've been throwing hands.
I heard she was.
I don't care that that's your character. I don't care that that's your character. You have a history of being mean to little children, and you will not do it to mine.
Yeah, I think, yep, it's bad when Amanda had to be sent to smooth things over. Yep, her and Will Washington from Fightful apparently had to go and make, and I was like, oh, I feel like that is a larger conversation that's with nuance and stuff like that. That's probably, other people.
Because kayfabe is one thing, and had this been in the era where kayfabe is still maintained and respected, cool. But it's not. That is not where we are now. And you have little impressionable children that may be a fan of you regardless of how much of a douche you are. And this is not your first negative interaction with children, which I don't know what that's about, because even outside of wrestling on Twitter, you've attacked children. Like, I don't know what his thing is with kids. Is it because you was just a kid? I don't know what it was, but
he pooped on Rosie.
It starts getting very questionable if this is who you want to represent your company as the champion. Because if it takes that many people to smooth over something that you did, you probably shouldn't have done it. Kayfabe or no kayfabe. Yeah. Bother an adult. Mm-hmm. Right? Pick on somebody your own size, like they used to say.
It's different if he would have just oh, you're a dumb kid, or just talked in his face. That's different. That's, the kid will just be like, oh, okay, whatever. But to physically do something, because the mom could have swung on him, even if it was a grown adult. You get water, you don't know how somebody's going to react. That gets dangerous for your entire company.
Yeah. And then when it comes to kids, they don't understand yet. Yeah, they don't understand. Different if it was a plan to the mom and then the mom with her son, this is what's going to happen. And if they're okay with it, that's different. And that's what everyone thought. But the fact that wasn't the case, I think you both are right. Mess with an adult who we understand the nature of what we're going to see. Mm-hmm. Little kids don't. And so, yeah.
I think it's your bad guy character is going a little too far. Mm-hmm. But I think that he's done himself a disservice and he can't reel it in now. This is who you are. This is the same person who called your mom a whore on national TV. You called your mom a hoe on national television. This is who you are. And this is why Bryan Danielson didn't hesitate to tell you that you deserve for your ex-fiance to leave you. And it's because people can't tell if you're a good person or not. They don't know. Because all they see is all of these repeated asshole incidences in and out of the ring where you're just like,
for no reason.
What's going on? Like, what's going on? Like, who is this guy? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And I'll tell you what, I think his whole joke about the bidding wars, that's over. Because I'm going to tell you one thing that Trip Paul Levesque, I'll call him by the name that his mama named him, ain't going to do is bring over anybody problematic to children, because WWE knows that they are a family network. And you do anything to jeopardize that, we are sending champions to the Kids' Choice Awards. We can't have somebody that's known for bullying kids.
Well, yeah, Boys and Girls Club, be a star. Their whole thing is putting smiles on people's faces. That's literally their tagline at WWE.
Like, the worst you get at WWE is somebody might rip your sign in half.
Bailey's gonna rip a sign.
Like, but the disrespect that MJF does with children, particularly, I'm sure the E is like, Vince is enough problems. We don't need no more issues over here.
But you see that compared to, unfortunately, I mean, or fortunately, I don't know. You saw on Friday where you had on what am I trying to say? SmackDown, right?
There you go. Yes, that's
SmackDown. It was on Fridays, yeah.
I was like, oh, where am I? Where the little girl who was crying over Liv losing, right? And Rhea changed her profile picture to the little girl crying, which I thought was hilarious.
Then she got whole backstage treatment.
Yeah, she got something out of it.
But Rhea didn't mess with that little girl, right? You know what I'm saying? So, like, you have that.
Rhea didn't like punk the girl. She just stole the reaction of the girl crying. Yeah. She didn't go and give her a damn destroyer in the audience.
Right? So now you have, unfortunately, like that comparison, and
that's different. Because that's not harming physically the child. And she already got a good, like, she was sad and she got a good positive experience. She got to meet Liv and go backstage and have like, oh, okay, it's not so bad. Like, it turned it into a good experience. Mm-hmm. If I see a video after this of Bryan Danielson being like, it's okay, buddy, that's what you should do.
But Bryan Danielson would do that. MJF would not. Well, Maxwell would not. And Maxwell is the one that needs to be on damage control, because you are the one that repeatedly does things. You're the one that repeatedly says things and then just deletes them or just runs away from it. Half of the Black community still don't like you because of what you said comparing slavery and transatlantic slavery and the Holocaust. And what you didn't apologize, you just deleted the tweets. So it's like, at this point, people don't know what to believe about you. And when this is the person that's the face of your company, a new company that you're trying to still get people to invest in and to buy in, you got Warner Brothers distribution. You gotta be careful about having somebody problematic like that.
Mm-hmm. And it's not
NWA can have whoever they want as a champion, because don't nobody watch their stuff. So yes, you got a champion that everybody is like, y'all put the bet on him. Okay, but this ain't on TV. Y'all are on national television.
They got a questionable owner too, NWA.
Baby,
a whole lot of questionable.
It's a lot of jank over there. Okay, it's a lot of jank.
Even when go back to like Sasha Banks and Izzy, she made Izzy cry. But then once the cameras were off, I
don't like that.
She went up to her and gave her flowers and was like, she smoothed it over.
Right. Yeah. I'm hoping MJF did that for this kid, but honestly, I don't expect it. I don't see it to happen. I don't know. He didn't do it for anybody else's kids that he attacked.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think you'd have to toe the line with, with the heel behavior, right? Like, it's like something that you like love to see, but like, how far are you going to take it? And so I mean, that was interesting too, watching Twitter reactions, and half the people, I was like, some of y'all are unhinged.
Unhinged.
Unhinged. And I was like, you know what, this is why, whatever. But half of y'all were for it, the other half were not for it. And I was like, okay.
Yeah, it gets.
And his fan base is really scary because they really enable a lot of the problematic stuff that he does. And I'm not just like harping on him because I don't care for him. Anybody that messes up, Al can tell you, we've been doing this show for a year. Love you or hate you, if you mess up, you're going to catch the smoke from me because this is a professional business, right? So like, love or hate MJF is not my personal call to make. Whatever y'all want to do with him is whatever y'all want to do. But you have to get to a point where you realize that kayfabe does not rule all like it did when we were little. When we were little, kayfabe was required. That's what kept people believing that Undertaker and Kane were brothers until they were literal grown adults. That is what kept people frightened of Undertaker, frightened of the Boogeyman, frightened of, all of these people. That's what made people fall in love with The Rock, because he was The Rock all the time. That is not the era of wrestling that we live in anymore. It's just not. We have changed. We have evolved. People know that wrestling is a wonderful soap opera with a lot of violence involved. And these people are true people with lives and feelings outside of this. And it's like MJF is the only person that's living MJF constantly. And that's where it starts to get blurry, because it's like, okay, is it a character? Or is this Maxwell? Like, are you a trash person? Or are you just playing a trash person really well? Like, what?
Yeah, and it's entertainment, and we know it's entertainment, so you could pull it back.
At least when it comes to children.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
At least when it comes to kids.
So I don't care if you call me fat. I don't care, Max, if you call me fat, because I'm like, okay, whatever. But like, the mess with a kid, whatever. Like, an adult can take it. But you have to pick and choose too. Because there have been instances where a wrestler, gets in someone's face and a fan doesn't take it, and then they take it too far. This is going to happen one day to Max.
I got forever beef for homicide. Maybe we'll squash it one day. Maybe one day.
One day. Today
As of right now, it's not today.
Joseph said he's waiting for the other shoe to drop with MJF, so
yeah.
Wouldn't be surprised if there's Fallout Wednesday and we get a rematch. Now I don't foresee that happening, but
I don't know about that. I mean, going back to the match, the interesting thing is he kept referring to himself as the best in the world. Does that mean anything? I don't know.
Not if you have to do all the shenanigans to win. And of course, like, I felt like we were going to see the shenanigans. We were going to see the...
We had to.
There's no way.
And you're referring yourself to the best in the world because you felt like you were getting over in the best in the world, when actually the best in the world was still wrestling circles around you. And he wrestled down to you. And we all could see that he was wrestling down to you, kid.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm not trying to be funny at all. Danielson wrestled, but he did not wrestle like he
was holding back. Yeah.
But hey, the people liked it. So
I didn't hate the match.
Yeah, same.
As long as the people liked it. I'm gonna drink my Kool-Aid.
Drink it. Go ahead. Well, that was Revolution, everybody. We did it. We survived. I don't know if we thrived.
We survived. Because it wasn't as bad overall as it could have been.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it could have been. The fact that we only had one match, that was the low point, which was the tag match, even with my feelings about MJF.
I think we felt that one was like kind of weird anyway, because after the tag.
Yeah, because Danielson and OJ got added late, and it was a weird situation. I mean, Danhausen.
Danhausen.
But yeah, it just overall, it gave.
Yeah, I had a great night. I don't regret watching it. I know you want your
No,
60 minutes back, but
definitely not. I mean, I would take my 60 minutes back, but I'm not gonna die if I don't get them back. Like, it's fine. I still got to watch 65 minutes of Danielson doing what he loves, and honestly, we don't know how much more time we have getting to see him do that. So anytime we can see him get in the ring, I'm just like, thank you for still giving us you when you could really go home and be with your wife.
He doesn't need it. I'm sure they have all the money they need.
Baby, he could happily go home and lay up with that lady. Okay.
They go back to Napa. They had all the babies there.
So I'm just saying, I'm grateful. I'm grateful for 65 minutes of Danielson, and hopefully he gets some rest. And honestly, I don't even want to see them. I know we're going to see Maxwell, but I don't have to see Brian Wednesday.
No.
Like, honestly, he could really just be at home and be like, I'll deal with you when I feel like dealing with you. I'm tired. Like, I done gave you 65 minutes of life, So.
And if they want to play into the whole thing with him with child, they could be like, we suspended him for a week, and so we don't have to see him. You know what I mean? To give him a rest.
Yeah.
Because probably nothing's going to happen. But he did wrestle 60 minutes. So that's a long time. And he very rarely wrestles. How often do we see MJF wrestle now?
Right.
Maybe a handful of time in the last few months.
Yeah.
They 65 minutes total since he's won the belt. Maybe. All together. Yeah, give them both a break.
Joseph with the title, with the numbers.
Give them both the break.
Yeah, they deserve a break. We got Hobbs and we got Wardlow happening.
We got plenty of stuff that can go on television.
We got FTR.
We got Swerve and Keith Lee. We got, we got a whole bunch of things.
Ricky, we got, they hold it down.
Let them rest.
Yeah. What are you saying?
That was Revolution, guys.
Yeah, Revolution 2023. We did it. We survived.
We did it. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us. Usually we do the show rundown, but instead of that, we got a little surprise for y'all. And then when we come back from said surprise, we got 2 more surprises for y'all. So sit tight through this little surprise, and then we'll come back and we'll tell you guys some things.
Hey peeps, TK Trinidad here, boss lady of Women's Wrestling Talk. And I want to say thank you so much for watching, because you've got millions of options. Plus, you don't have to worry about sharing your password to check us out. But while you're here, hopefully you know we have so many more shows to watch, like Turnbuckle Glam, Raw post-show, WoW post-show, AEW Dynamite post-show, Women's Wrestling Army post-show, NXT post-show, Impact Wrestling post-show, AEW Rampage and SmackDown Live post-show, On the Scroll, WWT Live, plus all of our interviews with the hottest women's wrestlers in the game. Make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe. Check out our website at www.talkpod.com and follow us on all social media platforms at www.talkpod, and make sure to spread the word. That means send this to the group chat. Yes, even the person with the green bubble. Thanks again so much for watching Women's Wrestling Talk, the #1 women's wrestling show on the planet. Ciao for now.
Wait a minute. I never heard that part about the green bubble. Not TK on the phone to the Android. Like, I
feel like she shaded me. She was shading me.
Oh God, not that's hilarious. So we do have all those amazing shows. We usually do the rundown for you, but tonight instead, we've got some exclusive news for those who stayed up and watched us. So 2 things. We have 2 new shows that we will be adding to the lineup. One of them I'm so excited about. We are going to be doing weekly coverage of the AEW All Elite reality show that is coming out. So join the 3 of us, as well as one half of the Salt Shakers, Nikki Bougie.
Yeah, cannot confirm the other one.
Maybe the other half of the Salt Shaker, Santana.
Maybe she needs to watch it first.
She might. And that will be on Sundays. So starting April 9th, only because WrestleMania is the weekend before. So we're not going to try to compete with WrestleMania and tell y'all to watch us. We just gonna come back the next week.
Yeah.
We'll do both episodes that week. We'll do the one that came on air WrestleMania and then the one that comes on that day or that week, both in that show. But also, your Dynamite dolls have made a little transition. We will still be here for you every Wednesday, same bat time, same Tony Khan channel. But now, you will also get us on Thursdays for your Ring of Honor recap. So your Dynamite dolls have now transitioned into Honorably Dynamite Hotties, and we will be covering all things Tony Khan for y'all. So now you have your Thursday recap Ring of Honor with your Dynamite dolls, and then you will have your All Elite Wrestling reality show with the Gold Standard, including our girl, because she's part of the Gold Standard.
Yeah.
I mean, she's part of us. So
Yeah,
there it is.
yeah.
The one and only faction here at Women's Wrestling Talk, the greatest to ever do it, the Gold Standard. We're gonna do the things for y'all. So I mean, honestly, Women's Wrestling Talk is really trying to give our audience all the things that you guys need. We know that it is a ton of wrestling, right? And we're not even covering everything. I'm not gonna lie to you, we're not covering everything. There's so much more to watch.
There's so much more.
We are doing everything that we can as hosts and writers to make sure that even when you can't watch wrestling, you can watch us. So y'all already know, Monday, Wednesday, Friday is the news. Monday you have your Raw recap, and it's Wow Monday too.
Wow is also Monday.
And then Tuesday is nothing, thank God. Wednesday, you got us. Thursday, you got us. You got the Salt Shakers. You got NXT. Am I missing
Women's
one?
Wrestling Army.
Everybody on Thursday. Just tune in on Thursday. Don't even take your TV off of the Women's Wrestling Talk channel. Just leave it on and let it come on for you.
Yeah, we'll just all be one after another.
Well, it literally will be like news, boom, boom, boom. Like we will be all one after another. And then Fridays, you got SmackDown Rampage. Saturdays are off. And then Sundays, you will now get Turnbuckle Glam and or All Elite. So we're working hard for y'all. We really are. So tune in, support us as y'all always do. We appreciate the hell out of y'all for staying up late with us. Yes, Joseph, that Ring of Honor went so quick. That 2 hours was fast, but it was a very enjoyable 2 hours. So I was excited about it. And we're excited to see where that's going to go. I think the addition of these two shows is going to be really dope. It's going to be some great content. Tony Khan's doing some things.
Listen.
And we're going to talk about them. So
Tony also trademarked All Elite Women, and if we get a Total Divas-esque show,
he brought it up on the call. So what he said is that he did that a couple years back, and his intent was to have an all-women show because he feels like there are women in the locker room who deserve the spotlight and deserve for people to know their stories and who they are. And so he is hoping that Warner Brothers or somebody else will pick it up and make it a reality show. So he is still working on that being a thing.
We could get this on HBO Max.
So
Tony, again, I'm here. Maybe let's everyone watch All Access so we can get a Total Divas-esque show for the AEW women.
Correct.
Because I want to see Jade on my TV. Imagine.
Every week. Can you imagine her going to Japan, as has been speculated that's what people, I think Bryan Danielson said that Jade won. I was like, if Jade goes to Japan and comes, like that would be amazing. So yeah.
I'll be honest, if Danielson said it because he's the one that's training her currently, I believe it.
Yeah.
I believe it. And I don't even think we wanted this many Black women in Japan at one time in a long time. So I'm here for it. I'm here.
Is Japan ready for Jade?
No, those Japanese men are gonna be gawking at her. Like, no, we gawk at her. Like, they're gonna be
Very
like,
true.
goddess,
Mm-hmm.
mother. Like, ridiculous.
Hire the Bellas to consult for all access. Those ladies know how to do reality TV. They busy.
They have a lot going
The
on.
Bellas are booked and busy, baby. They got stuff going on. They're doing
But
bar
you know,
shows. They having
they got
babies.
Renee there. Renee's been on Total Divas. She knows
They
how
do
to.
have Renee. They got and
Saraya's
what they
been
also
on.
have is they have Maria Kanellis,
Oh,
who is a great resource for anything women's wrestling.
Maria
Like,
and Mike
literally.
on a TV show. That's what I want. Those two.
Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot.
Let us cast a
But I
show.
do kind of want to see. Is it Bunny that's dating either Papa or Papa?
She's dating Blade. Yeah. She's married to Blade. Yes.
Yeah, I would like to see that. Just promise me y'all not gonna make me suffer through Sammy and Tay.
Well, that's what All Access is for.
I'm there for Eddie Kingston. I know.
Same.
I know. Listen,
He's an independent contractor. He's an independent contractor. He may or may not be in attendance.
Well, he's on the press release for All Access, so
he said I'm 1099. So we'll see.
We will see.
I think this is gonna be real interesting. Honestly,
it could go so many ways with
so many ways. And then I could see a cute little episode on Lee and Julia, because they're engaged now and all that cute stuff. So
that's cute.
Even just a segment,
Kip and Penelope, they're very cute.
And I don't think it also has to be just couples. I'll be honest, I do want them to do, and y'all can be mixed bag about this. I could care because I'm going to say what I say. I do want them to do Matt, and hopefully they show some good footage of Jeff and his healing, his rehab, and showing that we're good over here. Everyone's
that would be good. He's got that TikTok following.
Yeah, like even if they just do a complete episode on all of them right now, Stokely and Isaiah and everybody, and they just kind of touch on it, and they let us know that Jeff is doing well, and just my little heart wishful thinking.
Private party on a reality show, though.
Listen,
Isaiah's blog is enough.
That them in Jamaica, I said I am too
in Jamaica.
I was sad. I said, "What is happening? What is going on?"
Girl, this should have been on OnlyFans. This should have been on OnlyFans. Y'all was wilding.
HBO Max.
Wow. Man.
We're here to help, Tony. If you need help casting, if you need ideas,
listen.
Call us.
You've already taken many of the ideas. Just pay us. It's easier. I feel like it's so much easier.
We're gonna see.
We'll see. But yes, we'll see you Wednesday and Thursday. If you don't like us, well, I don't know what to say. It's every other Sunday.
Listen. If you don't like us, you wouldn't have been here an hour and 23 minutes. So I don't know what to tell you about that. We love you. So if you don't like us, that sounds like a personal problem. And we hope that you find help with that. But we love everybody. And we don't have no problem with nobody. We are more than grateful for all of y'all for sticking this out with us, for coming up on a year of the Dynamite Dolls doing this. My ups and downs, just everything. Y'all have been so absolutely amazing. And then you coming in and adding so much to our team. It's special to me. And everybody that supports us means the world to me. And that is me being so sincere. Y'all are why we're here. Y'all are why they keep wanting to put us on shows. Y'all's response are the reason, honestly, we exist. So I cannot thank y'all enough, and my two co-hosts enough, for being who they are, being who y'all are, and constantly supporting our foolishness. Because, baby, Wild Wednesday, Wild Wednesday is going to turn into Thirsty Thursday and
Ooh.
Scandalous Sunday. Apparently, we fist to get wild on all these days, and it's because of y'all that we even have these opportunities. So, so grateful, so grateful, so grateful.
A cocktail and Ring of Honor, you say?
You might be on something. You
You
might
said Thirsty Thursdays.
be on something. Not Hornitos and Honor Club. Come
Oh.
on. Hennessy and Honor Club.
Oh boy. Jesus.
Hennessy and listen.
Hennessy and
Jesus.
Honor. I'm trying to think of the other H drinks. Hypnotic and Honor.
Oh my
Find you a H drink.
Lord.
Highballs and Honor. Like, what we doing?
Flashback to my 20s.
Man. Have a drink. Honor Club. Honor Club.
Be a good
Oh
time.
boy. It will be a
Great.
time.
And you are welcome to crash anytime. You know
Yeah.
that.
Thank you. I gotta let me watch that first episode first. I
Girl,
just want
let
to.
us know. Let us know if you need to log in or something. We got
Okay.
you. We
I
got
will let you know. But to reiterate what you said, Mika, I appreciate y'all. Again, being new to all of this and trying to catch up and figure out like what is happening and what. And I feel like the meme, the Charlie Day with the thing, and trying to connect the dots for all the all the time. So I appreciate y'all just sticking with me and being patient. Where I'm like, I don't know. I don't know. I'm gonna figure it out. But
You dove into the deep end
Mhm.
and you are swimming.
Baby, you are swimming, not a doggy paddle either. You are giving Olympic breaststroke. Okay, you in this thing.
I appreciate
So,
that.
because to be honest, we don't know what's going on half the time. We
Oh,
just
no.
here because apparently Tony Khan don't either. So we just gonna keep swimming in whatever direction the current is going, and we're gonna figure it out together.
Just like Dory said, just keep swimming.
So there it is, guys. To all 7 of y'all that have hung out here for an hour
Go
and
to
27
bed.
minutes and 52 seconds, go to bed, get some rest. We hope you had a wonderful Sunday. We wish you a wonderful, prosperous, successful, blessed, whatever it is that you believe in, week. We hope to see you in the comment section on one of these shows. We hope to see you in the comment section across any of our social media. You can follow us, Women's Wrestling Talk, WWE Talk Pod, on everything. You can follow us individually. We all have our little, there. We tweet each other a lot. So if you follow us, you might see some stuff because that Stokely tweet still taking me out to this day. Okay. That gold. I was crying. I couldn't even.
That's the first thing I saw when I woke up.
My mind wasn't even computing because I was like, please, this is funny. But yeah, we gonna do the things. I'm gonna go to bed because she has her first day of her new job in the morning. So
Good luck.
I gotta act like I got a job, right? Which means I gotta go to bed like normal.
Yeah, you got to be
But
responsible.
these West Coasters, they probably gonna stay up a little longer. It's only 10:39 there or so. But
I got work at 8 in the morning. I should go to bed.
hit us up if you need us. We're happy to talk all things wrestling with y'all. Y'all already know, we're very approachable. Happy to have you guys on any subjects. Interact with our tweets when Women's Wrestling Talk is tweeting. We have some really interesting, cool stuff coming up. Nikki has an interview upcoming, a written interview with Polo Del Mar about the stuff that's going on in Tennessee currently. So check out the writing side too, because we do try to keep it very current and ask questions and sometimes have conversations that people don't want to have. So wrestling is beautiful, but it's not all shits and giggles, and we know that. So thank you guys. Y'all can close it out. I don't have nothing else.
Yeah. just thanks for hanging out. Have a good night. Watch all the shows. Check out the website. We'll see you back here Wednesday and Thursday. All of us will see you Thursday for sure. And yeah. Good night.
Night, guys.
Women's Wrestling Talk, the number one women's wrestling show on the planet. Women's Wrestling Talk, the number one women's wrestling show on the planet.